Hey guys, Dave Anderson here. Been doing a little bit of maintenance on the old tractor. This is a VT3000 CRAFTSMAN. The engine's being rebuilt. It is an old tractor, so it needs some TLC. Anyway, you can see here that the grass discharge tube, it cracked along this seam, so I had to stitch it back up with some stainless steel wire. And just a little tip on this, the best way to do it is to get the smallest drill bit that you possibly can get that'll fit the stainless steel wire through, and to take your time and make even spaced drill marks, and on the opposite side, exactly opposite of each hole that you drill, another drill hole, and then twist the end so it's nice and twisted up. And you can do this really nice with one of those little wire twist tools at Harbor Freight, and you can make yourself a really nice stitched up seam again. So this is going to last a long time more into the future, and I need it to, because, well, I take care of my old equipment so that it gets even older and still functions. I got this old mower from my dad, who replaced it with a brand new John Deere. And what I heard from my brothers is that he used to use this lawnmower as sort of a chipper vac. Cut down limbs and then just run it over and let the blades just chip everything up. The problem with that is sometimes the blades can get chipped up themselves. And I noticed that the grass, when I mow the grass, this has multiple blades, that the level of grass is not exactly right. And I could tell already, boy, this is really chipped up bad. Oh, there's a bent blade right there, and it's got multiple chips on it. I don't think this is a salvageable blade. I think it's going to have to just plain be replaced. Well, don't have too much fear on these old tractors. A lot of these parts have been used and remade into newer and newer lawn tractors. And this is where you find your parts number. There it is right there, 46-inch blade. Got the part number right there, so easy peasy. And I have all the other part numbers too if I need it. Now, to get the blades off of here, I do it the easy way, or the easiest way that I know how, and that is to set the brake, put a jack underneath the very front end where you can jack up against something that's not going to bend or break something in the front end. Lift this whole thing up, and then I'm going to take an impact driver to those nuts that are holding the blade on, and it takes them off pretty quick. Otherwise, you got to stick a 2x4 in there, or you got to hold it with a pair of gloves, because when you go to start unwinding it, it's going to want to try to move the blade itself. So one or the other, just pick your poison. But it's usually a difficult thing to get these blades off, and it's meant that way so that these blades stay on and don't come off while you're mowing the lawn. Here's the other thing, if you're gonna grind it, if it doesn't balance, then this thing is gonna shake like crazy. You can tell that one's not gonna, that's not balanced. And that one's not balanced either. So what does a non-balanced blade cause? Well, what it does cause is uncomfort for the person who is driving the tractor because there's a lot of vibration. The other thing that it causes the blade spindle or the pulley that the blade actually fits onto that we just removed these from. It causes those to wear out prematurely because there's a bearing in there. And if it's constantly hammering on that bearing, it's going to wear that bearing out a whole lot faster. And that causes a lot more expense on your tractor. You can replace them. And if yours are worn out, I'd recommend replacing them because it's just going to get worse and cause more damage to other parts and components of the tractor. So if you're going to grind, make sure that you're grinding a straight line on this blade, and then afterwards balance it. If it's not quite balanced, and I mean it doesn't have to be perfect like a main rotor blade on a helicopter, but it does need to be balanced somewhat. If you need to, if you can stick it on your finger and it balances, you can see this one's not even trying hard. It's just best to replace these blades. I got replacement blades on order. It was under 25 bucks shipped. So, and that's for two, okay? For two. So why wouldn't you? All right, it's been 2 days and my lawnmower blades just arrived. Let's check out the difference between these and the old ones. If it isn't balancing like this, then you get a problem. It's gonna start shaking. You want to make sure that you stick it so that these fins on the back of the blade are facing up. Now you got to be careful because when you put this driver on here, it's going to want to turn this blade. So I'm gonna have to hold this blade to keep it from turning while I use the impact driver to secure the blade on there. Well, not surprisingly, everything is working really well. There's no grass spitting out of the bottom. And what's really nice is I no longer have that very annoying vibration, and it doesn't seem like the deck is wanting to just jar itself to death. It is looking really nice. It is nice and level. All you can basically see is where the tire tracks were. Yeah, I really hope that this video helps you out to take care of your lawnmower and make sure that you have the best lawn, at least the best cut that you can possibly have. Until next time, I'm Dave Anderson signing out. You guys be safe out there, and God bless.